Hi everyone, my name is Toby and I'm the lead developer and founder of Squareglide Games. We are currently working on a game called Above Snakes, which is a survival base building game set in a fictional world inspired by the Old West. One very unique thing in this game is that you have to build your world around you yourself by placing isometric tiles next to each other. So, let's start this devlog by showing the new additions we've made to the building in Above Snakes. We've added a new workbench tier that gives you access to a new workstation, the Sawmill. With the Sawmill, you can refine lumber to wooden beams and wooden planks. In the past, we only had one building style, which we called log building. Log buildings are buildings made of unrefined lumber. The cabin that you can see in the background is an example of the log building style. So once we have crafted our building parts, we can start snapping foundations together. We can build plank cabins the same way we can build our log cabins. Both building styles are compatible with each other, so you can mix and match them in the way you want to. With the plank building style, we also added a couple of new roofs. You now also have access to gabled roofs and corner roofs. With these new options at hand, you have a lot of creative freedom to build the cabin of your dreams. Another big addition in this patch is the character controller and the combat. The character controller is basically the way that you move the character around in the world. We switched to a rigid body based character controller that uses root motion. That means that we are using the animation curve of the actual animation to move the character around. So every step should be more precise and the movement overall should look better. As you can see, we also did some big changes to the combat. With some weapons, you are now able to do combos that will deal more damage to your target. You can also switch your target mid-animation. We also improved the animation itself, the hit feedback that you get after hitting a target, and the particle effects. With another small change, we also tried to escape the green hell a little bit. We've added more color variations to pine trees and also added dead pine trees to make the forest look more natural. You maybe remember the quest in which you have to deliver a parcel for Stark, the lumberjack. The trading post that you deliver the parcel to now actually has an NPC that accepts it. You can also ask him for news about the region, and maybe you will get some useful information. Oh, and by the way, if you have already completed Stark's quest, you will find the saw blade that you will need for the sawmill in front of his cabin. We have also added a couple of new tiles. This is a transition tile between a pine forest and a lake. As you can see, there's a little bridge on this tile that will connect to another tile. The inhabitant of this tile is Mr. Crude, the fisherman. What he has to say or to offer, you will have to find out yourself. Also note that the triggers for these tiles are hidden somewhere in the game. But if you listen carefully what people have to say, I'm sure that you will have no trouble finding them. So that's it for this devlog. I hope you enjoyed this video. There are a lot of other small changes and additions that you can read about in the patch notes. The best way to access them is to join our Discord server. I will leave a link in the description below. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you liked this video. We will probably upload more content in the future here. So, see you next time!